So I went to Dave & Buster's the other day, and the place is pretty cool. For those of you who've never been to Dave & Buster's, it's like a bar slash arcade. You could obviously get real drunk there, eat some decent food, and you play a lot of the light gun games. And they also have, the basketball games and all that other stuff. The one that I went to actually had the 10-car Daytona USA. And it was really cool. It gave a little bit of that, awesome, nostalgic feeling of being in an arcade. And when I was growing up, we had Time Out, which was an arcade in the mall that I went to a lot. And Nathan's had an arcade. Oh man, and those were good days. Those were awesome days. But you know what? You know what had me thinking? The best part about arcades and just arcade machines in general. And this is something that this new generation just has no idea anything about, unfortunately. You could run into an arcade machine anywhere. That was the best part about arcade machines. So literally, you could run into an arcade machine at a pizza place, at a video rental place, at an ice cream parlor. I remember on a ferry that I took to visit my girlfriend in even 2003 or something like that, they had an old Contra arcade game, which was eventually ported to the Nintendo, but it was the same game but better graphics. I like the Nintendo one better, but it had better graphics, better music and stuff like that. So anywhere, at any given point, you could run into an arcade machine. I know another place that was similar to like Modell's, which is a sporting goods place. They had Ninja Gaiden and Renegade randomly in this sporting goods place. You don't run into that anymore, and it's unfortunate. It was such a good day. It was such a good time to be a kid and interact with arcades. You were in your glory when you found an arcade machine. It was the glory days. You put in a quarter, you could survive for 30 seconds or 10 minutes. You never knew, but you knew, especially if you were with your parents. You knew that they would be going shopping for 20 minutes and they would give you $2, and you could literally just play arcade games for 20 minutes and have a fucking blast. Those days are gone, man. It sucks. It really does. It's unfortunate. Let's go G-sailing, huh? What's going on? What's the word? Welcome to another episode of Video Game Garage Selling Live Pickups, the original. And I think this is number 13? I think it's 13. Lucky number 13. And let's see. In this episode, I usually give tips, garage selling tips and stuff like that. I'm kind of running out, and my boy Bithead does them. CJR does them now. So check out their channels. They're really good cats. They'll definitely give you some good information about garage selling tips. But if there's one thing I could say, and inevitably for those of you who go garage selling a lot, you're gonna run into children selling iced tea, lemonade, and all that other shit for a quarter, 50 cents, $1, whatever it may be. And this is no offense to those of you who have kids, but kids are fucking dirty. And I never pass up an opportunity to buy lemonade or iced tea from them because I think it's bad karma in the G-selling world to not, spend a quarter or 50 cents or whatever it is. Usually I just give them $1 no matter what the cost of the iced tea is or whatever it is. But there's one thing for sure is that I'm not drinking that shit. That is being tossed as soon as I get around the corner down the street. But anyway, this last weekend it was pouring rain out. The Saturday was a rain out. Even though 50 miles from here to the west, it was sunny. like it was a beautiful spring day. But out here, it was raining, it was dog shit. I happened to run across somebody who was supposed to be having a sale. They had a sign up, but the dude said that, he wasn't going to set up. I asked if he had video games. He said, come back tomorrow, I'll put them to the side for you. So, I did have something to look forward to for at least that weekend. So I did stop by, though, my, hidden mom and pop thrift store. And I won't release where that is because you friggin' sharks out there will definitely try to hit it up. But, yeah, so I hit up the mom and pop thrift store. The dude actually happened to be putting out a tub of games as soon as I walked in the door. So this is what I found. Check it out. So as you can see in that initial tub there, he had some cartridge games, he had some PlayStation 1 games, and he also had a system. Now, they weren't quite G-Cell prices, but they were pretty damn close. Each game was $3, and the system was $10. So you do the math, I don't know what it came out to be, but the guy knows I'm into cartridge-based games, so he's like, I have a couple of those that came in there, check it out right over there. So I went and grabbed them. One of them was Double Dragon, and the other one was Circus Keeper for the NES. Don't know much about this game. For those of you who know anything about this, let me know. Toho is the maker of it. No fucking clue. I have no idea about that one. But the other game is World of Illusion, which is the follow-up to Castle of Illusion, and it has Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse in it. I believe you can play 2 players, and I'm almost positive you can. I had Castle Illusion growing up. I did not have this game, and I definitely like Castle Illusion better, but this game is awesome. It's still an awesome game. Now, there were also some PS1 titles in there, and from the video, I'm sure you could see that they were pretty quality stuff. The first thing I picked out was Star Wars Demolition. This is from what it appears to be, it looks like a Star Wars Twisted Metal style type game, which is fucking awesome. I mean, hopefully it's good. I haven't, I've never even heard of this before. So I definitely want to pop this in and check it out. And it says on the front that it is from the creators of Vigilante 8, which is the Twisted Metal style type game, which was actually very good. I know a lot of the games that attempt to copy other genres or the originals of the genre tend to be shitty, but Vigilante 8 actually tended to be a good game. Breath of Fire 3. I have the original for Super Nintendo. I have not played it yet. I just got it recently, and I cannot play this game until I play that one, I think. Either way, I heard great things about this game. Final Fantasy 9 for the PlayStation 1 Black Label. Final Fantasy 8, severely underrated in the series, an excellent title. Is it as good as 7? That's up for debate. I think 7 was pretty awesome. And Chrono Cross. I didn't have this when I was growing up. However, I started playing it maybe last year. Made it decently far in it. I also have the Chrono Cross soundtrack somewhere. Really cool RPG. Pretty underrated in terms of the RPGs on the system and overall in general, but pretty cool game. Halo Special Edition Xbox. This is going to be my official Xbox now. I have a regular black one, but this one's kind of obviously pretty special, pretty rare. I don't know if it's rare. Is it rare? Uncommon, I guess. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's cool. It works. I tested it. Came with the controller. Pretty awesome stuff. Now I walked over to the area where he usually keeps his games, and he said he also got a shitload of PS2 games in. And to my surprise, you know, he did. So check it out. So, yeah, that's usually, he has a shitload of DVDs, but that's usually where he keeps his, you know, Xbox and PS2 games, and, you know, there were some excellent titles there. So first of all, you have Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, excellent game. I was a dirty, grimy Sith in that game. Tenchu, Return from the Darkness, had the PS1 game, never played the Xbox version. Arcana Hearts, never heard of this game before. It is made by Atlas, so I'd imagine that it's pretty good. Haven't really heard anything about it though. So, Ico, or Ico, whatever. Awesome game. Graphics are sick. I played some of that, I don't know, years ago, and it was, you know, pretty mind-blowing at the time. Gungrave Overdose. Don't know much about that one. Just looked cool, so I grabbed it. Mr. Dude 206 said I have to play this game immediately, and I'm a big fan of you know, survival horror games, and apparently this game is at the peak or one of the best ones. So, Haunting Ground, made by Capcom, probably the kings of survival horror. Game looks pretty awesome. Definitely gotta check it out. And it's complete, so. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 2. Fantastic game right here. Shadow of Colossus. Some of the best graphics that you'll find on the PS2. Legacy of Kain. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the special edition one. Don't have an Xbox 360 yet, but I plan on getting one. Kengo. Looks like a Bushido type fighting game. Clock Tower 3, it looks like another survival horror type game by Capcom. Samurai Champloo, no idea. Looked kind of cool, so I grabbed it. Ghost in the Shell, I'm only familiar with the anime, so don't know much about that game either. And Shenmue 2, my boy Air Force Shield sent me a copy of this, and now I have a complete copy. So I have one up for trade, if anyone's interested in that. Alright, so the next sale is the Sunday after. I got to that sale a little early, and the guy said he was putting it aside. The woman, there was actually a woman outside, she said, you know, come back in 10 minutes. I came back in 10 minutes, and this is what I found. Check it out. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you.
I don't know, you'll probably know what this stuff is, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, the old steering wheel. It's pretty cool. So mixed in with all those shitty sports games were some excellent, excellent titles. Let's just go through them real quick here. You know, you got your classic Crash Bandicoot, which is a excellent, excellent platforming game for the PS1. Is it platforming? It wouldn't be side-scrolling, I guess. Vertical scrolling? I don't know. Resident Evil, the original. Metal Gear Solid, the VR missions. For those of you who aren't familiar with the original Metal Gear, these are the virtual reality practice missions that you can go on in the game. But there's probably, I don't know, 300 of them or 200 of them in this game. Time Crisis, for those of you who are familiar in the arcade, you probably played some version of Time Crisis. This is the original for the PlayStation. Marble Master. Yeah. Destrega by Koei, some sort of, I have no idea what this game is. It's a fighting game from Koei. And, you know, they're usually known for their strategy games. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Now, if I had to put, this is an excellent game, by the way, but if I had to put an order of my favorite Resident Evils of all time, I would have to say it would be 2, Veronica, 4, 3, 1, 5, 6. I'm not even going to throw in Operation Raccoon City. That game is fucking god awful. Yeah, alright, good talk. Yeah, this is an excellent, excellent Resident Evil title. Final Fantasy VII, yeah, you know all about it. Resident Evil Survivor. Here's a game I've never played before. Although, I told my friend I found it and he said it sucks. And he's a big Resident Evil fan. It kind of looks like Houses of the Dead. Is that the game for Dreamcast in the arcade? I think it's House of the Dead. It looks like that, but you don't use the gun in this game. It looks like you just use your analog stick. It does look kind of cool. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot. I know Sandan Todd did a playthrough of this, and I remember watching a little bit of it. I didn't think it looked as bad as I I heard it was, but we'll give it a shot. The original Metal Gear Solid. If you have never played this game, do yourself a favor and give it a shot. It's literally revolutionary for the time. Ape Escape and Twisted Metal 2. I like this game a lot. I have an affinity for the first one though. Then you got some GameCube and PS2 games. Mega Man X7, Resident Evil 4, and finally The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, which has Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda, and Zelda 2. So pretty cool to find that as well, man. All those games were $20. Rain sucks, but sometimes you win. Usually when it rains, it's terrible. You just go home all disappointed, and I usually gorge myself on some sort of fast food or some giant hero from a deli. But anyway, all right. That's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. What did I just say? Thanks for tuning in, everybody, is what I meant to say. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and I appreciate you, subbing to the channel and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time.